Welcome to Cathy's SRC4u software demonstration call for September 1st, 2022. We're here on Cathy's website, CathyDSlaght.com. To access the Zoom call, we'll scroll down and we'll look for this website. If you'd like to be part of the Zoom call, which would be joining the Daily Energy Clearing Group, the information's here to register. If you want to see Cathy's latest blog posts, it's over on Twitter, or you can scroll through the list here. If you're interested in purchasing the SRC4u software, all the information's here. Click through, schedule an appointment with Cathy, and or schedule to get a free download to demonstrate the software. A complement to the software is called the Shift Pin. If you would like information on that, click through to click here. We're going to join the Zoom call now. Thank you for being patient with me. I'm going to click here. It's going to be loud, so please monitor your volume on your speakers.
Oh, well, it is 10:30. Here we go. And we are, September is, our new focus is going to be prosperity. And I've been looking forward to this, except, whoa, let me give you just, and by the way, we're still running. I don't know what on earth that we've been running for days, so I just keep adding things. And we may be getting towards the end now of this so we can do a fresh, but I want to show you, we're working on the September startup. And this is really a work in progress. It's not anywhere near, because this topic of prosperity is so deep. And so, for example, here with our focus, there's plenty to prosperity besides money, which this group already knows. And so I made a list of some issues. And then I scanned it. I don't know if you can see that clearly or not.
Cathy, can you enlarge it?
Right, that's what I did. And you see that our number one focus is health. And so, and then in order of our scan at that time, second is peace, then is wisdom, hope, joy, and wealth. The actual monetary wealth for this group, it's in there, but it's the very last priority. So that was interesting. And then also some blocks. And again, this list is growing as well. Let's just take a look at it. These are some blocks to those areas, all of them. When we say prosperity, obviously not talking just about the money part, but let's just look at that and see where we are at this moment in time. So, we were very clear yesterday to this, result of getting consistent energy. We'll put them in order, but we're really very clear. It looks like this lack of self-worth, which, there's one, poverty consciousness, which could come up here from karma. So that we'll probably be scanning that on a regular basis. But if you just look at poverty consciousness right here and see where we are with that. It may be, okay, let's douse that down. It may be that as we continue to look at all these things, this will be like so much else we're going to discover we have been taught the wrong thing about how to actually, step out of lack in whatever form it's in. Let's just add that. I want to show you some of the things we've got so far, and some of them are already going. I mentioned the other day that geomancy, which I'm still struggling to pronounce, but there are some symbols, some images that are related to prosperity. And I do test every single thing in this list for priority for September. So that's what's taken so long. Here are the top priorities so far. Life without hardship and lack. That clear curse image had a lot of power to it. There's a cocktail called Anchor Prosperity. But then we want ideas, focus. Now this is an interesting one. We're going to be going into the brain because we seem to, because of the high toxicity in our environment, our brains, some of our circuits have shut down. So we're going to go deeply into that. That's probably going to be Monday. Perception. This Prosperity 2 cocktail was a high priority. Good fortune through the prayer warrior. Tranquility. Now this seed money I mentioned, and this book is free on YouTube. The concept, and they say the very wealthy always have understood this, that what you do is you give in order to receive. And I think I mentioned years ago, a friend of mine took a course that said the Bible is a physics book. And of course, that could very well be. And one of the things it teaches, along with other traditions, is to give. I liked this one, and it was a high priority. Reap a forest of multiplied money. Now, this is a seed money that we did resonate with perfect safety. All seed money so planted returns tenfold. Thankfulness, cleared out, consciousness of richness. Here's that brain circuit function, brain balance or homeostasis. This purification, it looks like, I think we mentioned this the other day, if we're really wanting to have all the categories of prosperity, we can't be walking around like a bunch of septic tanks. And our environment is so toxic, we can deal with it once we have the awareness. Now this is a powerful one, the Karma Command in the Prayer Warrior. This was an interesting one too. I'm not big into the violet flame, but we had a high priority for receiving it. So it may very well be that we need to look at that a little closer. The violet flame, for one thing, clears the aura, and it also, they say, clears karma. And if you had to take a bottom line for all of the work we're doing, whether it be this or any other work, if you would just picture a bunch of colanders. We have mental bodies, and we are mental, rather etheric, mental, emotional, spiritual, different bodies. We're in a field of information, but all of the holes need to be lined up. Does that make sense? And it could be that the violet flame clearing some of these imbalances might be more powerful than, at least for me, I'd ever thought about. Now, alignment with true self. There's a cellular health cocktail that resonated very highly. The healthy thyroid actually resonated highly. Implants. Remove implant of self-limitation of healthiness. High resonance. This surprised me too. The Malabeads health. This one by another person who does a lot of wonderful cocktails. This is a dementia brain health, which again, we got to look at the brain. This healthy mouth and teeth image, high priority. Here's another. This is from the geomancy, and that is for fortune to flow in. Image, healthy finances. This is a command for global peace and prosperity. Resentment to peace. There's again a Saint Germain, who I think is known for the violet flame as well, of peace. Balanced diet of information. What you're going to find out, I think, when we really look at wisdom and our apparent lack of it in many areas, is that we are overwhelmed with information from the internet. And what's going to happen, you need to research, but we're getting so much, and it's amazing the statistics related to depression and suicide and all these others that correlate with time spent online and smartphones. So there's something we do need to look at. Mental health, spiritual health, clarity, research. It seems that those who really acquire wealth have researched how to do it, and they're doing it through books. So this would be the month, if you feel like it, if you haven't done it before, look up some of these books. Like that Seed Money book is free to listen to on YouTube. Discernment. Now, this one is going to be a little, we'll see if it comes up in the scan, but it had a high priority. The fact that etherically there could be some seals and tags implanted in the etheric bodies, and I don't know much about that, but you know what Raymond Gray says? He says he doesn't know much about these things, but people do a lot better when he clears them. So that's the kind of attitude I'm taking. Oath of manifestation. Now this was another surprise. Money, luck, and abundance crystal healing. High priority, so we're going to look at it. Cash flow image, in the flow of God, restore natural flow to the energy field, and then some affirmations that so far are very high priority. So let's just look at this and see what we're talking about. This is just a start. Okay, look at that. Isn't that interesting? The violet flame image is the top thing. Let me make this larger. So I don't know about anybody else, but I obviously have some things to learn here. So, there. Then we've got spiritual health. We want the cash flow image. That's what we want so far. Let's go down here in case our polarity just tests the priority for the other extreme. No, looks like our polarity is fairly balanced. So let's go in here. So the violet flame, spiritual health, and this cash flow image. So now let's just look and see what we've got here. You see theme at this moment in time, stomach meridians. Let's see if we want any deeper information. Not quite. Looks like we're getting to the end. Okay, so there you go. So we've had some perhaps financial traumas. Let's see if we want to go any further with that. No, but we did, for our Pro Tools, only want one today, and that's acupuncture. So let's do that on trauma and see what comes up. Well, it ties in, it looks like, to the lungs and large intestine and skin. Here are some acupoints for any of you doing any of your acupressure in various ways. I think I'll just copy this and put it in our notes. That's really fascinating to realize what you can do. I'll clean this up a little bit. And you can also, let's see, meanwhile, just where we are here. Just 9 minutes. And you can also look at some of these. If you get a wild hair, it's actually something I think is quite beneficial. Go in and check the emotions. I don't know if I can check them while we're all together without losing the Zoom. I tried the other day while I was on a Zoom, and that's what happened. But you can go to each of these, and I will do it later and give you the emotions and see what emotions are involved with these. But this is all related to clearing trauma. And all subtle information. Look at that, confusion. Let's go ahead, even though we didn't specifically ask for it. Let's just look at the emotions and see at this moment in time what that's tied into. And they say, I believe this, that we have the power. We don't need to look at what's going on around us. We have the power to create what we need. So here we've got some connections to the confusion, little contempt, that ties into curse. And the addiction, it may be the reason addiction comes up so often is that we're addicted to our current reality. Maybe that's something to think about. There's a little bit still of a strep pathogen going on, just for the heck of it. So again, you see all subtle energy. Let's, while we're at it, see if we want the pathogen panel. Nope, P4 is doing what it needs to do. Oh, it's interesting. Nice white words to ponder. My love is like a cabbage, divided into two. The leaves I give to others, but the heart I give to you. That's pretty good thinking. Trivializing, flattering, subconscious, heavy. That's interesting. Superconscious, perturbed. Where am I? Again, just look how that ties into our family. Uneasiness. Again, a lot of this tumor cyst coming up, this is all subtle information, but it's good to be proactive, do some of the things we know to do. And the resistance factor, look at that, mental resistance to all of our clearings. So let's just, again, just look at stress related to mental body. Well, this perverse energy has come up quite a bit as well. So again, we're the real deal as far as our electrical system, and we do want to make sure we're balanced out as far as the man-made stuff coming our way. What is that? 3 hours. So that gives you some ideas of the direction we're going this month. I think it's going to be an interesting month. Any thoughts?
I think it's great.
Well, I think that it's an interesting time we're in with so much going on, and that we can work with the collective. Now, in this scan for where we are now, we didn't ask to include, we were straight to the point, because I always scanned, do we want to add our water? Do we want to add this or that? And the same thing with other, there's cities that are highly stressed. We didn't want to do anything. We've been doing this basically all week so far, just what we're working on. So it's very interesting. Any other thoughts? There's so much that does look like the true key also is this group, I know, will be helping others.
That's right. If we help ourselves, we can help others better.
Yes. And that Seed Money book is very interesting to listen to. I think this is where if we all come together and we all put our thoughts together, this could be extremely powerful work. We are going to have to really keep our voltage up. Remember, it is all voltage. And again, I don't know that this pertains to this particular group, but in general, people have a couple of very high levels of stress. They say 99% of us are deficient in fatty acids. And of course, that's for your whole nervous system. And 99% of us are also deficient in enzymes. And remember, the example, you order a bunch of shingles for a new roof. If the roofers never come, you have no roof. The enzymes are our roofers. So many of us, including me for sure, I forget to take these enzymes before I eat. There's some things we might want to look at this month and form some new habits, which are very basic, so that our voltage is high, because the higher the voltage, the more valuable the information you're going to receive. Okay, well, I think that may be it for today then. So everybody have a wonderful weekend.
Bless you all too.
Thanks, Cathy.
Bye.
This concludes the SRC4u software demonstration call. Thank you for participating. We look forward to seeing you again. Till then, take care.